What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. Without further ado, let's get right into it. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One dream, one wish. Gotta need to keep it all over the top. Wano flipping greatness, man. I hope everybody's having a good one, dog. It's been a crazy weekend, extremely busy weekend, but I'm glad that I was able to put some time not only to read the chapter yesterday, but also to sit down now and watch this episode. I've been looking forward to this one ever since we got the preview. Honestly, longer than that. Thanks to the preview, I was like, okay, now I know we're gonna get the content. But back whenever this was originally put in the manga, around this time last year, for chapter 111, I was like, man, I really hope they stretch out that in the anime, and they make it what they're gonna make it, and they are based on the preview. So I'm really excited about that. But man, dude, what an amazing weekend! And I still have yet to read the Boichi one shot. You know, the one shot chapter the creator of, or the artist of Dr. Stone and Sunken Rock and Wallman. The Tengu. Hey, yeah. But yeah, that the creator of, or the I keep saying the creator, technically the creator of Sunken Rock and Wallman, but you know, the artist for Dr. Stone, it made a one shot for One Piece, and I still haven't read it. That's got crazy this weekend, but that's good because it gives me more stuff to look forward to. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to go up and like swimwear, because I gotta be up in a few hours. But I said screw it, man. I can't go to sleep without watching this episode of Legend. Let's get right into it, baby. Ooh, this is, I'm telling you, this is the greatest recap theme ever. Ever. Huh. Yo, Luffy was straight up boss in that moment last week, man. I rewatched that episode this past week before I went to bed while I was gone. Thank God for the Crunchyroll app on mobile. And while watching it, I mark out every single time for that scene with Luffy when he was like, Nanda yo. Like, yo, that's nasty. Nanda yo. Like he's Kazuma Kiryu in flipping Yakuza. Nanda yo. Conquers Haki. Yo, it was goat. But this makes you want to learn how to play the shamisen, dog. Look at him. Look at the muscles, bro. My guy is always looking fresh. The legend of Ace in the land of Wano. This is what I've been waiting for, man. I'm just sitting together. The baboon found me. Hit it with a straight up cross slash. Komachio. They're like, yeah, sorry about that, you know. She's out here foreshadowing, coach. When the Kozuki clan comes back, they're gonna teach y'all a lesson. You have to wait for that. I mean, when Luffy showed up, he took care of business himself. I love Tama, man. I really do, dog. Yo, Megumi has done a great job voice singer. Truly see your talent. You gotta feed my boy, dog. He went in, he protected it, you gotta feed him! You gotta feed him! What is this? Oh, snap! I was wondering too, I was like, yo, where did they even put the Sunny? That makes sense. Knowing what happens, that line right there just hurt. I'm not gonna lie. That line just hurt. Hihimaru. Hihimaru and Komachio. This place right here is a really, really nice background. I always love these adventure moments with Luffy. Like, and that I don't like. Just the bamboo trees all around them. Those things are huge. Like, it just puts into perspective how massive the baboon and is strong and kind. And you know who that reminds her of, dog. You know who that reminds her of. Bro, those bamboo trees are flipping huge. The Tengu. Tengu Bronchi. Should the Toriko. Is he gonna transform? Naruto style, dog? We gotta pull it out. I'll pull it off for Otama. Cause she's a legend. Bewitching. I'll pull it out. I'll pull it off for Tama. Look at the water. What is this soundtrack? And the visuals, bro. Yo, this looks so cool. It has this filter going up all around it like it's an old photo. That's kind of. It could be an old photo, but it can also be one of those like, you know, Blade of the Immortal. If you guys ever read the manga, how it kind of feels like it's penciled in, the art, or it's I don't know how to explain it, but I love that. And the soundtrack. Oh, yo, this is about to be another one of my favorites. Bro. God. Yo, this soundtrack fits this moment so well. There it is. Luffy, man. And it hurts knowing. It hurts knowing, bro. Like, if I didn't know, it wouldn't hurt, but I know. I know. That filter they used for that flashback sequence was really, really nice. Or not a flashback, but, you know, her setting up and everything. I can't become a ninja if I'm not agile. Man. Tama's amazing, dude. That's Luffy. That's the king for you. That's all she got. He starts eating he starts licking the bowl. That's how you know it was good. Either way, I tiene hambre, man. She's hungry, yo. God. Yo, this never ceases to hurt, bro. This is what I was talking about earlier. Look at him. If they would have looked at him from below like that, they would have called him Usopp. Just like they called Kaku Usopp. Anybody who gives Luffy food, you already know. Luffy's up in the leg swimmer. He don't care. Yo, the Tengu has a nice voice. See? Anytime. Anytime. Yo, I like his voice. There it is. He ate the rice. Look at that. And then so she won't starve to death, she drinks the flipping water, man. Tama, man, bro. Yo, it hurts, right? Even though you know as a manga reader, it's not gonna stop from hurting. Days. My man said days. The anime really did this scene right, man. Exactly what I felt whenever I read the manga. For 8th birthday, man. It's a birthday, dog. And Tomo's willing to share that, bro. It's like Luffy didn't know, man, but you see the kindness in Tama's heart. Seriously. It's hard to watch, bro. She's only 8, bro. Flipping bastard, man. God, man. She's waiting here. someone who promised to come back, bro. Yo, this is hurting again, dog. The legend himself. A pirate named Days. And who knows that person better than Monkey D, dog? That transition came at the perfect time, and I was real deal about to start tearing up there, bro. I did a little bit, but I mean, my throat is on fire, bro. It hurts, man. Seriously, it is a child that is going through. Of course, there's no one that knows him better, bro. Same panel from the manga. It didn't need any music. Just the wind and the sounds in the background with him relaying the truth. Such a powerful scene coming from Luffy, bro. Considering everything that he went through. For him to say it in the manner that he did. But you know how much that must hurt Tama, dog. Hearing those words. Pretty sure even Luffy himself wishes that he was lying in that very moment. I for damn sure wish that he was lying in that moment, man. He did. Well, good old, that's where you met up with good old Oris Jr. Marineford. But it's true, you know. I mean, that might be factual, but Luffy doesn't give a flying flag, Narts. He's the king. He's the king. Put some respect on his name. He's been waiting somewhere here for a long time himself, bro. So he's also been waiting. Amigasa Village. A man who joined Kaido's army as a headliner came here. X Drake. Dude. Dinosaur gang. Man started going ham. Look at it. There's only one place that's thriving now. That is the flower capital where the Shogun Orochi lives. There's a lawless wilderness areas by Kaido and his clan. The man came here 4 years ago. Look at Ace. Yo, let me hear my man's Ace again, bro. Look at it. Tattoo, hat gang gang. Goldie Ace, yo. Ah, the perfect soundtrack, man. Easily, like, they gonna hold me back? Prepare themselves. Ace, bro. This feels great hearing his voice again. Man, bro, yo, this is killing me, bro. Relax. Ace, man. Look at the man making hats together, bro. Chilling, looking at the stars. Look at it. Bro, Tama legit looks like Ace's child right here. Flag nards, bro. Oh, that was a beautiful transition, man. Same exact spot where they once stood. Now these two are sitting. You know how happy Luffy must feel hearing this wonderful story about his brother, bro. But the legendary poor Gusty Ace, bro. The smile, bro, the D. Look at how happy it makes him, man. How could it not? Then, oh, I was shook. I was like, please don't let that be the end of the episode. Look at Hawkins, bro. Boss. Yo. Straight up Hawkins gang gang. Up in there like swimwear, ready to go in. There we go. Let me watch the preview. Let me see how far they're gonna get next week in N12. Oh yeah, it's the Stampede filler. Whoa! Hancock? Oh, I might be back next week. Bro, Luffy and Hancock? Oh, it's the Stampede. Bro, look at it. Just look at all the players in this movie. Nah, yeah. I'll probably be here. It's Hancock, dude. And I love Luffy and Hancock's character interactions are top tier. Top tier. Nah, man, this episode killed it. This episode killed it. You know, chapter 911 in the manga, to me, is still one of the most emotional chapters in the Wano arc so far. It's top 5 because there's been a lot of emotional moments since then. But it hits home for Tama and immediately made me love Tama's character. But it also reminded me of how much I loved Ace, man. It really, really did. And the anime nailed it. The anime, I'm so glad, you know, in situations like this, I'm happy that they stretched, that they decided to add on the filler sequences they did. That one awesome filter where Tama was setting up and cooking the food. That was great. And that soundtrack they used for there, I don't think I've heard that soundtrack before. That was a fantastic soundtrack. And if the soundtrack has been used before, please let me know in the comments down below. But I don't think it has. Unless they haven't used it in a long time. But I don't think they've used the soundtrack before. But the soundtrack that was used there, and while Tama was cooking up the food, and then you, of course, you find out the truth, thanks to Tengu, and then you see Tama, you know, so that her stomach will stop growling. Just drinking all this water, and just the way that Megumi handled that voice acting performance. She was coughing and saying like "Shut up, stomach dog." Oh, man, that was hitting just as hard as it did when I read in the manga, dude. If not even more, because of the like I said, the voice acting and the music. And then you get over to whenever Luffy tells Tama the truth, and that Ace is dead. And I love how they handled it in the anime, because that's exactly what we felt in the manga whenever we turned the page. I believe that was chapter 912. And we saw that very first thing, like, of Luffy saying Ace is dead. Like, no this nor that, just straight up 100%. And you know, and you have to see it from Luffy's perspective too, because at this point in time in his journey, and with the past 2 years that have passed, I don't think there's anyone on the planet that had to get over the fact that he died more than him. And so for him to say that, it truly showed that he has continued moving forward. Of course, the legacy of Ace still lives on within him, and he carries it on. But we truly see that thanks to his friends and thanks to everything that we went through in those 2 years, you know, and of course Jinbei's speech, I don't know, that truly helped Luffy to get over the death of somebody really close to him. For him to say something, for him to say it in the way that he did. You know, it's just classic Luffy, of course, but because it's an Ace topic, I find it to be very, very important in the way that Luffy handled it, and the way that Luffy spoke, and the way that he took care of that situation. But man, dude, that flashback sequence, bro, and they had to play the world's #1 Odin store. Oh god, man. For Ace going up in like somewhere and hanging out with Tama. I mean, this is what I love so much about this stuff right here in the manga, was just Luffy and Tama hanging around and chilling. And in this episode, you get them together in the beginning, and then riding on the Komachio and the Himaru, and going down to like the bamboo forest. But then you get to see from Ace's side too, bro, and what he did 4 years ago, and how close they were, and how Tama had been waiting all this time for Ace. And you know, for her to hear those words, man, it was devastating. Oh, Flagnards. We're gonna have to wait a couple weeks to get one of my favorite panels in Wano. That's gonna come soon. That I just thought of. It comes from that chapter 2. But regardless, next week's filler should be a lot of fun. But which I think is gonna be 2 weeks of filler. But regardless, getting back to this episode, that was a lot of really nice touches, man, in certain aspects, and that one seamless transition between, you know, where the Tengu, where Hitetsu and Luffy were standing, and then it was also where Ace and Tama were standing. They did that a few times in this episode, and I really appreciate stuff like that. It really allowed me to be lost and immersed in the episode. This was truly something special. This was a special episode. I knew it was gonna be a special episode, but the way that they handled it, with the voice acting, with certain small things like Luffy, whenever he said, you know, Ace died, for there to be no music in the background, just the wind blowing in the background, and then the music plays. You know, of course, for Tama's reaction to that. But for the initial scene, that looked picture perfect comparison to what we saw in the manga, except with his hair actually flowing, which to me is really, really cool. But yeah, just overall a really, really nice episode. Really, really nice episode. I thoroughly enjoyed almost every not even almost every single second of this episode. Wano Kuni and greatness, man. I am looking forward to seeing, well, I guess I can't talk about it now, but because we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks. But I am looking forward to seeing how they're about to handle the following chapter. But at this point, I'm happy. I'm happy that they dedicated the time necessary and even gave us a little more than they did in the manga when it came to Ace and Tama, which is what I wanted. And that was great. Just a really emotional episode, you know, from Tama's perspective. And for me, just, you know, gaining so much respect for Tama, but realizing how drastic the situation truly is at Wano. You know, showcased through Tama to Luffy. And also, just back to Ace, too, bro. Because, like, whenever you see stuff like that, it truly makes you miss... It makes you miss him, man. It really does. It makes you miss the fact that you won't be able to see him come back to Wano to be with Tama. It makes you think about the fact that he won't be able to live to see Luffy become Pirate King. And it makes you think back to Marineford and whatnot, man. Because you know, that's one of those moments that just sticks with you, dog. No matter how many times you, at least for me, if I can reread it and rewatch it, it feels like it gets sadder and sadder with every reread and rewatch. Because you just get closer and closer to that character, especially recently. As I've gotten older, I've come to truly appreciate Ace's character more and more. And, man, dude, the legend himself, Goldie flipping Ace, dog. But anyways, man, I really, really enjoyed it this week, as I have been the past couple weeks. Yet another episode I can go back and rewatch, as I've been rewatching the last few, ever since the arc started. But next week we're gonna run into filler, and I really do hope to cover it, because, like I said, Luffy and Hancock interactions are the best, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And we'll see how they handle that, you know, for some Stampede filler. But as far as this week's episode goes, great sauce of an episode. Like I said, handling the atmosphere, you know, in such a perfect way, in the way they did. Certain small little key moments they really, really nailed, and the really seamless transitions between certain situations, and just the way the background, and it really brought that portion of the manga to life, and I really appreciated it, man. And the voice acting was top tier from Megumi, as it always is. You know, I expect nothing less from the individual who delivered one of the greatest performances I've ever seen with Gon in the Anarch. So to see her deliver what she did in this episode with Tama was exactly what's expected, man, from a voice actress of her caliber. So shout out to Megumi, man, for going up in like swimwear, and shout out to Toei for going in and giving us another week of a really good episode, man. So shout out to them. Looking forward to next week. We'll see y'all next time. Hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. Take care. Wano greatness. Tama and Ace, man, and then Luffy and Tama. And it's like, even though you know it's coming, it's like, it's still gonna hurt. It might even hurt even more because you know it's coming. Like, seriously, right, a tear coming down right here, dog. Cause I was like, it's Tama, dog. Like, you know how much of a struggle she's going through. Birthday of all things, man. But anyways, I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. Long live Ace, dog. What an episode.